Hey guys, what's going on? Before the video today, I just want to go ahead and issue a quick challenge to you guys on today, which is my birthday, October 11th, the best day of the year, guys. But seriously, a cause that is very close to my heart, Autism Awareness and Autism Speaks, is a charity that I've been doing a little bit of work with, and I would love to invite you guys to donate in honor of my B-Day. So feel free to do that. The link will be in the description below, guys, and enjoy the video. It's going to be a really, really good one. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I hope this video finds you doing well today. I'm excited. I have a first-time guest on the channel, Siegs, and he is a streamer and a really, really good player who we are actually going to go ahead and watch live, and we're going to be playing a deck. He's in the Grand Challenge right now, 9-0 so far. He's been rattling off GCs. This deck has been absolutely hitting the Clash world by storm. I think you guys are really going to love it. You can see the deck link below, or not the link is in the description. The deck picture is in the deck slot below me on the overlay here. It's a 3.9 average elixir cost control deck. I think it's going to appeal to a lot of you guys. The reason being is because when Siegs reached out to me, he was like, man, this is an incredibly forgiving deck. Meaning, unlike the cycle decks that I often share on this channel, it's not so much if you make one mistake, you're not able to recover when playing this deck. It's quite the opposite. You can recover from a lot of mistakes when playing this deck as long as you're not super, super aggressive in the wrong times. And that's really what we're going to try to pinpoint about this live gameplay. Thank you again for the feedback on the channel, guys. Trying to bring you like 90% live matches here from now on, after a couple weeks ago when I asked for your feedback about how could I make this channel better. Like, everybody was like, more live matches, so that's what I'm going to try to make happen, and hopefully you've seen that over the previous 2 weeks. Anyway, guys, you can see that it looks like we're actually going to get a Royal Ghost and Barbarians to the right tower. Now, the first thing that you might ask yourself when looking at this deck is, what is the win condition here? It's not like it's a Barb Hut 3 Muskie deck or a Barb Hut Graveyard deck like we're also seeing in the meta right now. It's just an old-fashioned pure control deck, and it has some rather expensive support cards that are all going to kind of share the burden being the win condition, whether it be Magic Archer damage, Barbarian damage from the Barbarian Hut. Cannon Cart is, a lot of the times, Cannon Cart and Flying Machine are going to be your main damage dealers, but it's a very basic premise to this deck. You're going to defend, and then you're going to counter push. It can't get more simple than that, and you can see, boom, right off the bat there. I'm not really doing any play-by-play this first match, I apologize, but just kind of set the table for what this deck is and how you play it. If you don't have Barb Barrel leveled up or unlocked, go ahead and just sub and log there, you'll be fine. So going back to the matchup here, we got the right tower down, and now really a huge advantage here as we were about 20 seconds into double elixir time. A P.E.K.K.A at the bridge by the opponent. We're going to use a Cannon Cart to defend in the right there. Really, really strong defensively, but this Cannon Cart might actually come back to haunt him here. The P.E.K.K.A is going to take it down, and then it looks like he's going to take a charge here from that Bandit, and then the Barbarians, the Royal Ghost, everything going on to the tower here. It looks like it's going to be a 1-tower or 2-tower game when all said and done. He basically kind of wasted that fireball there, didn't really need it as he was going to lose the tower. So this is going to be interesting as our very first match. As you can see, he's undefeated. He told me he's like 24-0 right now going into this match. So hopefully we don't put the CWA jinx on this guy. So we'll see how we do here. By the way, he's a member of Non-Meta Musketeers. Got to give a huge shout out to those guys. A really great clan fam if you're looking for one, guys. So anyway, we have a Cannon Cart, a Flying Machine, a Royal Ghost, all coming on the counterattack. They run right into a big, thick P.E.K.K.A. Now, in the future, I can tell you, one of the things that Siegs told me about this deck is that he's a big fan dropping that Cannon Cart in the pocket against the opponent when he has one tower down. So look for him to do that often here as we are already about 30 seconds into sudden death overtime. So a Flying Machine, and there it is, Cannon Cart right away. It's very difficult to stop the Cannon Cart in the pocket. It's almost always going to present some sort of value for you guys, even though that Charles is kind of on top of it there. He had the E-Wiz ready, he had the Royal Ghost ready. He still took a hit or two from the Cannon Cart and then quite a few hits from the Flying Machine. So now just having to deal with this counter push. Beautiful Royal Ghost placement there on Siegs' part. He was able to pull the P.E.K.K.A up towards the bridge, and then he takes a lot of damage there. He uses enough another kind of, maybe another arguably wasted fireball there. Probably thought the bandit was going to make it to the tower. Either way, he's still in the lead here as that flying machine does get a few hits to that left tower. Now dealing with those minions, oftentimes against your Barb Hut, because it has so much HP, you can just go ahead and ignore a couple minions or a couple bats, depending on the situation and the deck that you're facing. But back to the match here, we have a Barb Barrel, we have a Cannon Cart in the pocket. This is gonna be, is this gonna be GG? It is. And there it is, another Cannon Cart in the pocket there. This time picks up the victory there. So despite maybe a couple, hey, we talked about this, right? You miss a couple fireballs, not a big deal. This deck can recover from it. So let's go ahead and see how long it takes him to hop into another match here, guys. If it takes, oh, we're already in, forget it. I was gonna say if it takes too long, we'll edit out. He is now 10-0, going for win number 11 here, guys. This might be a fast video if he just goes, he continues the undefeated stretch, right? We'll see. Starting off with a Royal Ghost in the back, totally a good starting play for this deck. Also a Barbarian Hut, but if you're going to use the Barbarian Hut as your first play, at least me, I would advise you guys to let the opponent make the first move first. The worst thing is dropping a Barbarian Hut and then boom, you know, he has the Royal Giant ready, he has the Magic Archer ready or whatever. I like to, if you're going to make a large investment of any kind at this point in Clash Royale, personally at least, I like it to be 3 elixir or lower, or wait for the opponent to make the first move and then react with that. Like, for example, they drop an Ice Whiz in the back, go ahead and drop your Barbarian Hut at that point. As long as they invest a few elixir first, that way they can't immediately try to punish you or take care of the hut. And look at this, Magic Archer value is kind of blocked by that Goblin emote there, but already trying to get some chip damage with that Magic Archer. Beautiful, taking about 500 HP with just that Magic Archer off of that left tower. And against a Royal Hog deck, which Royal Hogs have really surpassed Hogs in a big way. There's no doubt about it. Royal Hogs, way better than Hog Rider at tournament level standard. Now on ladder, I would say that they're kind of neck and neck, but a lot of people don't have the Royal Hogs leveled up enough, so you're still seeing more Hog, but I do think that Royal Hogs right now in the game are better than regular Hog Rider, of course, again, taking into account the leveling on ladder. Anyway, back to this match here. We're playing against kind of the old school Three Musketeer Fireball, I think his last card is Hunter and Hog deck, but they had the Royal Hog subbed in for the Hog Rider. This is a really popular and probably the best Three Musketeer deck, getting more Magic Archer value. And look at that Barb Barrel, able to really mitigate taking any big damage on that right lane. A beautiful Barb Barrel, and you can see the value of the Barb Barrel compared to Log. Log would not have stopped that push. Barb Barrel, we did take a few hundred HP damage, and again, beautiful Barbarian Hut here. The Barbarian Hut has so much HP that the 2 Barbarians are going to kill the Royal Hogs with the help of the 2 Princess Towers before you even take about a third damage off that hut. So it's a tremendous value play to get that 7 for 5 trade and then defend and still have a few waves of Barbarians left. This match looks a little bit easier than the last one here, guys, but you can just see putting the pressure on again with the Cannon Cart and the Flying Machine. There's that Hunter, the last card played. He's going to go ahead and fireball the Hunter there, and ooh, just barely does not get the Cannon Cart onto that tower. But it looks like, oh, trying to position that Magic Archer, oh, just like, what, 1/4 of a tile, even less than that, away from that left tower. It could have really used some extra damage onto that left tower, because at this point he doesn't have the Log, so he needs 2 fireballs to take down that left tower. Here it goes, another Barb Hut setting up defensively here, but 10 seconds into sudden death overtime, we're gonna get fireball on the right hand side. The Royal Ghost does get to the tower though. Guys, all of a sudden this is not looking as easy as we thought it would. 771 HP remaining on his right tower. Fireball comes down, 4 for 4 trade from the opponent onto the Flying Machine, and then immediately sets up with 3 Musketeers. How is he going to defend this? He responds to 1 Musketeer with a Cannon Cart. Okay, Royal, I was like, what is he gonna do on the right? It's gonna be Royal Ghost and Barb Barrel again coming through, providing a lot of value there. And again, I bet a Hunter's coming down. No, a Fireball's coming down from the opponent. And now we have a Royal Ghost coming in the left lane and Royal Hogs coming in the right lane. This could be trouble. That Royal Ghost is gonna do a ton of damage, and this is why, if you guys are regular viewers of the channel here, this is why I always say that Royal Ghost is one of the strongest cards in the game. What other 3 elixir card, I'm sure there's one out there, maybe a knight, I don't know, but what other 3 elixir card can do, you know, almost take down a tower single-handedly if it gets there? And with the invisibility, it's really easy to do that. You can see a bunch of pressure there applied, another cannon cart at the bridge, same lane as the barbarians, knowing that the fireball was not in cycle or he didn't have enough elixir. Very, very well played there on that 11th victory. So the win streak does continue here, guys. Let's give it a second or two for him to find a match. If not, we'll go ahead and edit out the downtime. Alright guys, that was not too bad, about a 30-second wait or so, and we are into the 12th and hopefully the final match here, guys. As you know, with Grand Challenges, the matchmaking is kind of interesting, unique in a way. On the first match, you're matched up based on your win percentage in all the Grand Challenges you've ever played, same thing with the Classic. And on the second to, I believe, the 10th or 11th match, you're matched up against people who are at the same wins as you are. I think if you wait a certain amount of time, it actually broadens that by one match or so in the GC. And then later on, I think that the chances that you don't have to be exactly matched. So if you're on your 11th win, you could be facing somebody on their going for their 12th win or their 10th win. I think there's a +1 or +2 differential. Anyway, guys, back to the match here. Again, getting a little bit of Magic Archer damage there. Flying Machine's going to take care of that Hunter. Perfect range there for the Flying Machine to stay alive and still get a hit on that left tower. Now, Cannon Cart's going to do a surprisingly really good job against Royal Hogs. Granted, we took some damage there, but check that out. I mean, Cannon Cart cleaned up very nicely. I'm still a believer in the Cannon Cart. Obviously, Siegs is too, but it just, you know, you can see the value that it has, especially even defensively there, and we've already seen the value that it has offensively in other situations. Speaking of value, that Hunter got a ton of value there, taking down the Royal Ghost and the Cannon Cart there on defense for Coca RX, the opponent here in the 12th and hopefully again final match in the GC. So a Tombstone setting up for the opponent. It looks like this is a really strong Royal Hog deck that the opponent is playing here, guys. A good option for you guys who are looking for, maybe you're not a huge Royal Hog player and you want to be. This is a great option. And look at that, a beautiful, getting another 2 or 3 hits with the Magic Archer, then another 2 or 3 hits with the Flying Machine there, and you're starting to see, hopefully by now, guys, all the value that you can get out of these cards. Like, all of these cards can be annoying to handle as the defender on defense, right? And you always have an answer on your end on defense. So here we go, another 3 Muskie deck, and this is actually not the deck I was thinking of. Now that I see the 3 Muskies as the last card, I was thinking of, I think, the Icewiz NATO version of this deck, also with the Hunter, the Barbaro, and the Tombstone, and the Royal Ghost. Either way, guys, still a tough matchup. Well, it's not really a tough matchup, right? I guess there's no real tough matchup here, especially against Beatdown with the Barbarian Hut, the Cannon Cart. You really have an answer to everything. Against Bait, you can rely on, obviously, the Bats and the Barbarian Barrel, and if you're running into matchups that you have a lot of difficulty with, heck, even against like a Royal Giant, you still have the Cannon Cart, which does a great job distracting as well when it's dead, when it's in the second form. But of course, your main line of defense is going to be distracting with the Barbarian Hut. So you really have answers for everything you can go against with this deck, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys when he reached out to me with it. So here we go, Flying Machine getting some more damage on that right tower, and we're setting up with a big push coming in the left. We have a Royal Ghost. We have, of course, our look at that beautiful Magic Archer dropped to kind of support this push in the back, forcing out a poison from the opponent. Of course, a nice poison by the opponent, but they're not poisoning our tower here. We are not, we're at a deficit at this point in the match, though. The opponent is in the lead. Well, I scratched that. Look at that Barbarian getting tons of value on the right tower. Man, and that's what you can do with this deck. You can kind of switch things up. You can dual lane push with it, and oftentimes those Barbarians will be forgotten by the opponent. And with the Magic Archer, this is something I should have talked about in the very beginning of this video, but with the Magic Archer and the Flying Machine in the same deck, those are 2 cards plus the Barbarian Hut, 3 cards that your opponent is going to be tempted to use their poison or their fireball against. So you can kind of punish them when it's out of cycle. Look at this. Opposite lane push again. Barbarian gets to the tower, gets 1 swing on the tower. We have a push going in both lanes here, guys. And you saw how much pressure you can go ahead and deploy at the bridge there using this deck, especially if you hit them in 2 lanes. A good Flying Machine there is going to distract that Hunter in the right lane, and then we're just going to rely on him defending this 3 Musketeers again. So we play a Barb Hut here into 2 Musketeers. Let's see how he handles this here. It's going to be interesting. Royal Hogs, 3 Musketeers coming down, a lot to kind of to defend against, but we use Bats and Fireball really nicely cleaning up on that left lane, and now we have another good kind of counterattack opportunity here. We have a Royal Ghost in a Barbarian in left, and we have a Cannon Cart in a Barbarian, it looks like, in the right. So that Barbarian's not going to do any extra damage to that Hunter, but we can pretty much just let that Hunter go at this point, guys. Barbarrel versus Barbarrel in the right lane. Cannon Cart stays alive. We're going to run into the 3 Musketeers. Magic Archer just sniping them away. Royal Ghost hacking away at them, and then we're going to support this push. We're going to go all in here, I think, guys. Let's see what he does. It's Bats, it's Flying Machine. We're going to take care of those skeletons, cycle to another Cannon Cart, and good luck defending this, man. A Barbarrel, a Cannon Cart, and a Flying Machine. Oh, we take care of the Hunter. That's going to be GG. Flying Machine gets to the tower, and you guys can see a very clean, perfect video here. All right, guys, huge shout out there to Siegs for coming on the channel. He had a flawless victory there. Very, very well done. A perfect video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Be sure to check out his player stats and profile thanks to statsroyale.com, along with his Twitch information, along with his social media in the description below. Huge shout out to Bren Chung, my YouTube partner. Check out his information as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.